What's up everybody? Welcome back to the nightmare. Someone commented asking how I make the book animations in Damnation look so smooth. So today I'm going to break down exactly how I made them. This is going to be a quick tutorial, but I'm also turning this into a small series where I'll go over the entire book and objective system, from the animations and page transitions to actually updating objectives during gameplay. So let's jump into Unreal Engine and build it. So first you'll want to open up Unreal Engine and start with the third-person character template, or your character blueprint that you have for your game. Next, we will download the MC Animation Sample Pack by Mocap Central. You can use montages, but I prefer just using the animations in the Anim blueprint for more control and smoother animations. And that's pretty much how I got the animations to look smoother. By using the animation blueprint, we can actually customize how our animations blend together. You can do this with montages as well, but it can get kind of clunky from time to time, but by using the state trees, it guarantees we will go from one animation to the next, and I'll show you how. Alright, so let's open up our character blueprint. You choose whatever button works best for your project, but for my game, I decided to just use tab since I'm using it as a way to view objectives. We're now going to create a boolean for when we use the book, and we'll just name it using book. Now that you have your boolean, we are going to drag out our boolean and we are going to set it, then create a flip-flop so we can set this boolean to true or false. Alright, now we are going to go into our character's animation blueprint. Go to the character blueprint and drag your animations in. We are going to start with the spell animations that we retargeted from the sample pack. First will be the transition to spellbook animation. Then we will drag the transition to stand animation after, and connect those together into our idle animation. I also forgot we cannot reference our boolean we made in our animation blueprint just yet. So let's go into the animation blueprint event graph, and right here we have a character reference. But that casts to the player character parent, and we want it connecting to our character so we can reference the booleans we make. So delete this, and in the referenced variable we will change it to our character and make it an object reference. Now cast to your character. In my case, it's the third-person character blueprint. Connect it, and now you can use that reference. If you compile and get errors, don't panic. We still have to connect our animation states. Now that we have the reference, we can drag out of it and get our using book variable. Then, set it as a reference. So now that we have our variable for the boolean, we will drag that out and drop it into our transition for our idle state and book state. In our transition to close the book, we now need to get a non-boolean variable and connect our boolean into that. So it only goes into the animation if we are not using the book. When we close the book, we want it to only transition after the animation is finished into our idle state. To do that, get a time remaining variable and make sure it is not a fraction. If you are using an older version of Unreal, you may see ratio. Just get the time remaining variable. Then a less than or equal to. Then we will set this to 0.1. So when it blends out and it is less than or equal to 0.1, we will transition to our idle state. Now when we test it out, it still snaps when we are going into our idle state. So to fix that, we will blend it in our animation blueprint. In the animation blueprint, go back to our states and click on the transition. You should see these blending options on the right side. This is where we can make these animations look smoother. I usually go for 0.5, or you can set it to 0.1. It really just depends on how it feels. Cubic sometimes works, but if it still doesn't feel right, try using linear or one of the other curves for blending. Okay, so now for the actual book. Drag the book in from the animation sample. Drag it into your character blueprint, and we will attach the book to the left hand of our character. Position it till it looks correct. In order to make this easier, we will set the character to use an animation asset, and we will use our transition animation to the book. and make sure it doesn't loop. Then we will use the open animation on the book to make sure it looks right, since the default pose is flat, and the book sits a little differently in the animation. Next, we will have the book play an animation after we set our Boolean. Let's drag in our opening animation for when the Boolean is set to true. Then we will close the book when it is set to false. Next, we will change the visibility. So when the book is being used, we will set new visibility to true. Then, when we are not using the book, we will set it to false. We will then need to add a delay when we close the book so it doesn't disappear immediately. Then we need to make sure that the visibility is set to false for the book, so it is not visible when we start. And that's too quick, so let's set the delay to be 1. That looks about right. So now we have our animations. They look smooth and ready to go. It looks a bit odd, but that's because the third-person character and the sample pack are transitioning between two different idols. So you can use that idle animation, or we can go into the layered blend by bone poses in the next video. Thank you for following this tutorial. If it helped at all, leave a like on the video and subscribe. I know this was kind of a quick video, but I will try to go into more depth in the next one. Thank you again, and I will see you in the next video.